Hello, everybody, and welcome to another very special impromptu episode of DemoPod, the Demolition Podcast. Probably the most special of the impromptu episodes that we've done. That is Barry Smash Darso. That is Bill Axe Edie. They are the stars of the show. I'm your host, Ryan Marr. And now we can make it official, because if you are a fan of Demolition or a fan of WWE or professional wrestling as a whole, you are now aware that it has gone out that this year, finally, the biggest oversight in history is going to be corrected. Axe and Smash are going into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2026. Guys, I know it's been a whirlwind couple of days for you. Congratulations. How you feeling?
Well, you said whirlwind and you meant it, because it's our heads are spinning and our phones are buzzing off the hook. But it's nice. It's nice to have a lot of individuals contact us and give us well wishes. And it's been hectic, but nice hectic.
Yeah, Ryan, it's been incredible. I don't even have a clue what I'm doing in my life anymore. I got so many things going on. You're asking me to do some more demo pods and this and that, and that's like, holy cow, what next? But I absolutely love it. I like being busy, but I just, when you get the call from the Undertaker and he says, "Hey, I want to get you guys inducted into the Hall of Fame," that's a pretty huge deal. So very happy.
Yeah, as you should be. It's well deserved. And I'm so proud, not even just as a fan, as someone who's gotten to be on this journey with the podcast with you guys, but I've become friends with you guys over the last couple of years. And it's really funny for me to see when I read these comments, not just on our YouTube channel, but it could be on Spotify reviews or iTunes reviews. The number one comment we receive over and over, some variation of it, in the thousands I'm talking about: why aren't Demolition in the WWE Hall of Fame? When are Demolition going into the WWE Hall of Fame? And we've been doing this podcast a little under a year, and I've been hit with that question so many times. I know you guys have been hit with it over the years. It's the number one question that's asked of you in person at all of these conventions. So to finally get that honor bestowed upon you, it has to feel amazing.
Well, it does, and it goes to show that I think that the powers that be listen to the fans, and they're swayed by the fans. And we just appreciate all the support over these years. And like you said, every time we're at a convention or a signing, people come up to us, and we have no control over it. But we're happy that it's transpired.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is all the conventions we do for how many, 6-7 years now, Bill? We're out pretty much every other weekend, everywhere, seeing all of the fans. And once we signed that contract a year ago, and kind of got in and talked to everybody and seen everybody, we're kind of in on it. I think that helped a lot too for them to make the decision for us to get into the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah. I mean, even when you look at Hall of Fames across major sports, right? Whether it be Major League Baseball, NFL, NHL, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, there's a list of criteria that needs to be met, right? So the WWE Hall of Fame doesn't necessarily have that. However, when you guys signed those WWE Legends contracts, I mean, that was covered by ESPN. That was covered by Sports Illustrated. That right there is a testament to the legacy that you guys left on that company, that just when you signed the Legends deals, it was major news. And I know it's been major news right now the last couple of days, but I want you to try to walk me through it if you can, because Axe, on Friday or Saturday night, you and I spoke a little bit through text message. I was coming back from a show I was on in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. We were texting about the last episode we had just put out. And then Monday, I'm at physical therapy, and all of a sudden my phone's blowing up. And now the video has been viewed millions of times across social media. You wind up on a Zoom phone call with the Undertaker. How did this come to be in such a short period of time?
Well, the Zoom call originally was for the showing us new merchandise that's coming out, action figures, apparel, and things of that nature. And then all of a sudden, Undertaker butted in and surprised us. And that's when he made the announcement.
So cool. Barry, I didn't know if you wanted to add to that or not, but what I found very entertaining about the whole thing was that we just did an episode not that long ago where we talked about Survivor Series 1990. That was the final appearance of Axe in the WWE, the infamous "Why was Axe's hair so nice?" pay-per-view event. And we had just mentioned as a little piece of trivia that that was your last night in WWE, and that was the Undertaker's first night in WWE. And so now here we are, almost 36 full years later. Talk about full circle. You're getting that Hall of Fame induction phone call from the Undertaker himself, the most tenured, legendary performer in the history of the company. And I just think that's so great that that's how they do it nowadays, because like you said, in every other sport, you know, that's how guys find out they're going into the Hall of Fame. They learn it from their peers, which I think is awesome.
You know, and what's great is we both love the Undertaker. He's a great guy. But what's funny is you back up a few more weeks before this, we were invited to go to Montreal. They were going to talk about the Royal Rumble in Montreal. This was before they went to Saudi Arabia. Okay. So we were all set. We were doing a show up in Atlanta, so we were all set to go right after that show to go to Montreal, and that's when that big snowstorm hit. So they were going to do all of this live in Montreal during that show, and we had to cancel because we couldn't get there or get home. So, wow. Yeah. So
we didn't know about.
Yeah, we didn't know about it at the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So then that's when they set this up. Later on, we thought we were just looking at merchandise, and what's great is there's some great merchandise coming out. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, just the stuff that I'm seeing with the action figures over the last couple of weeks that have already been released, I can only imagine what's coming down the pike. But yeah, so now it's set for April 17th, I believe is the date, in Las Vegas. You are going to be there receiving this well overdue, well-deserved honor. And I'm sure over the next couple of days and weeks, we're going to see probably one or two other worthy nominees be added to the list. But right now, as it stands, I mean, when you look at that flyer for the WWE Hall of Fame 2026, it's the $1 billion princess Stephanie McMahon, the phenomenal one AJ Styles, and Axe and Smash. That's that. Now it's on you guys. You got to draw the house. I mean, you're marquee.
We're going to put that on Stephanie. That's for sure. She's in charge.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys that night, because again, I mean, Stephanie McMahon, I'm really loving what she's been doing with her podcast on YouTube with WWE, showing a different side of her. I think it's going to be a really great moment. The one thing that I also wanted to point out too, and it makes me really proud of you guys, I've said since we started this podcast how your reputations as men outside of the are even, they exceed your reputations as what you guys did as performers. And I think that a testament to that is one of my favorite comments that I read on the Undertaker's video of his Zoom call to you guys was from Kevin Nash, one of my favorite people. And he actually left the comment, not only Hall of Fame level talent, but Hall of Fame character of men. And I just think that sums it up perfectly. I got to ask you guys, do you know who's going to be getting the honor of inducting Demolition into the Hall of Fame? Are you privy to that information yet? Are you allowed to tell us?
Well, not really, because I think they're leaving it up to us unless we really can't come up with a decision. I mean, there's so many people that we've been close with over the years, and I'm sort of going to put that baton in Barry's hand.
Okay. All right.
And
I actually made a list of some guys, and I talked to the WWE, and they said to pick one and send them a couple, and then they go through a committee to figure out if everything's going to work out and all that. So yeah, we can't say nothing yet, but
I get that.
But it's in the process, and Bill and I have gone over names and everything, so we'll see what happens.
Well, what I'd like to have happen now is for everybody that's watching on YouTube, or if you're listening along on Spotify or your favorite podcast platform for that matter, leave some comments of your favorite Hall of Fame moments. There's some great times over the years, some memorable speeches, some memorable inductions. I personally am a big fan of the Bobby the Brain Heenan speech from 2004. I thought that was really great. A couple of years ago when Conan inducted Rey Mysterio, I thought that was one of the best induction speeches. I know you guys are going to hit it out of the park one way or the other. Like I said so many times, and so many people share this opinion, it is long overdue. I mean, the two of you gentlemen on your own had Hall of Fame careers as Masked Superstar, The Machines, Crusher, Khrushchev, Repo Man, but as Demolition, this is just such a no-brainer. And I got to ask, the family excited? I mean, this is a big weekend for them as well.
Well, boy, I'll tell you what. I'll speak for myself, and I know Barry's in the same situation. It's been chaos because the wife, of course, is planning this, and the daughters are planning that, and the grandsons, and my goodness, it's it's a terrific spin around here.
And it's the same for me. But what's funny, and I just told him, my son today, I said, you guys are going to be out there for 4 or 5 days having the time of your life. And I said, Bill and I are going to be working 12 hours a day. We ain't even going to be able to see you. We're not going to be able to have the fun that you're having, but good for them, right? It's all we've ever done, Bill, is work.
Yeah, we'll see them as we're going from place to place, and we'll wave to them, and maybe they'll give us a sandwich.
You might as well go to the David Copperfield show and just disappear, because you guys are going to.
You know what, though? We really do got to say, you brought up Kevin Nash. I mean, he's a great guy, and he's been pushing for us getting into the Hall of Fame for years. And, we need to thank him, and Bret Hart, and, but there's so many guys. Ric Flair called me up last year and said, congratulations, you're getting the Hall of Fame. I said, Rick, no, not yet. We're not there. Oh, I thought you were going in, But I mean, it's...
He meant well.
I love that.
Yeah, you're right, Joe, but there's so many people, in texting, like Fred Ottman and the Hardy Boys.
Oh, wow.
The Dudley Boys.
Yeah, the Dudleys. I mean, it's really nice. And like we said earlier, it's nice to be back in the frat house. We're in the fraternity for years, but we weren't allowed in the frat house for some reason. But now we're back in the house.
Yeah, I just got some texts from Arn and Tully, and Warlord Barbarian. It just keeps going on. And you try to answer all these because you want to, and it's all day on there. So thank you to everybody.
And you just wait until you see what's going to be happening the days and weeks after you guys give the speech. And I mean, it's really a whirlwind, but you guys deserve it. And nobody gives back more to the fans than you do. And I'm not even just talking about with this podcast. I'm talking about all of the in-person conventions, the way that you guys always go that extra mile for the fans. And that's what it's all about. And Ax, you touched on it a little bit earlier. This is because of those fans. You can't leave thousands of comments demanding that the WWE does the right thing and inducts Demolition into the Hall of Fame and not expect it to get noticed. So I know that you guys appreciate everything that the fans have done. I think it's going to be a great time in Vegas, and we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Nothing's going to change with this podcast. There's a bunch of great appearances, but stick around on YouTube. Follow, like, comment, subscribe, share. Let us know in the comments some of your favorite WWE Hall of Fame moments. And you guys will also be available at WrestleCade that weekend, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what, WrestleCon, yes.
WrestleCon, I apologize. My
but
bad.
we already are scheduled for WrestleCade as well.
See, I knew it was coming from somewhere.
But I want to thank the fans that are contacting us on our social media. I mean, it's been taken off tremendously the last couple of days. And the people that watch our podcast. And there again, Barry and I mean, it's not BS. We do love the support of the fans, and we enjoy their comments and enjoy meeting them. For years and years, we couldn't, because we were bad guys and we couldn't socialize with them. But it's nice now to take the time and chat and relay some stories between the both of us that they have. So thank you again.
Yeah. It's just incredible when you're signing autographs at a table and you got a line of people and you tell a few stories back and forth and a few jokes and just have a good time. It's just fun to be around the fans.
Absolutely. And it's fun as a fan to get to watch and see some of these people that are getting to meet you for the first time and, just how pleasantly surprised they are that you guys are just two down to earth, regular great guys. And you really make that appearance stand out and you leave a core memory for these people. I got to ask before we get out of here, though. And again, maybe you're not going to tell us. Maybe, there's got to be some surprises that are left. But makeup or no makeup for the speech? What do we do?
I think the wines will have makeup, but we won't.
I mean, how do we follow up on that? Search and discover you on Instagram, Ryan Marr Comedy on Instagram, DemoPod on Instagram. Give us all a follow. There's going to be so many great things happening over the next couple of days and weeks. We have more episodes coming your way. That's Axe. That's Smash. I'm Ryan Marr. Guys, again, congratulations. So well deserved.
Thanks,
Thank
Ryan.
you so much.
Great job, too.
I'll see you guys real soon. Vegas, baby.
Here comes the